great enemy managed to steal the key from out of our very grasp. Damn the Eldar and their arrogance. Had we not been delayed in reaching the key, we could have denied the ruinous powers their prize. We still have no idea what this key does. According to the Eldar Witch, Inquisitor Toth holds these answers. If this is true, then he has a good deal to explain. The least of which is not why he would withhold information that could allow us to better fight the forces of chaos. Could he be tainted? The thought is unimaginable. Even more concerning, we know now that we face more than mere chaos cults, but members of an actual traitor legion, the very Marines who turned against our Emperor some 10 millennia ago. Luckily, our scouts were able to track their sorcerer and his entourage back to their base of operations. It is located not far from our current position. I relish in the opportunity to bring death to these blasphemous traitors.
So the Chaos finally show their hand, and we now assault the chapel. And the Orcs also are taking over. Yeah, I don't have much hopes for that garrison inside the settlement to the far left. I mean, that city, once the game decides it wants to load, yeah, I have no hopes for that city. The Orcs are infesting everywhere. They're probably taking parts of the city of Magda Bonum. Yeah, it's not looking good. Always wondered if it was very heavy to wear like all those metal spikes with the head on top. Like, to be able to run at that speed for that distance. Ah, the destroyed chapel. I've forgotten how long this cutscene was before anything actually happens.
My lord, blood ravens approach from the south.
How did they get so close? My lord, these flies are minor annoyances. We have the key and ample bodies to imprison the blood ravens behind a wall of corpses, while we complete the ceremony. Your assurances leave me cold, Sindri. Events have proven my words true in every turn, my lord. We are not in danger. Events have proven you fortunate, sorcerer. To what do you owe this present bout of nauseous optimism? We have received a message, Lord Bale. We have a new ally who is more than ready to betray the Blood Ravens. Excellent. Prepare for what is to come, and dispose of this idiot.
Why? How have I failed?
You were stupid enough to personally deliver ill news to Lord Bale, and we cannot abide stupidity.
Brother Mateo, report.
The Chaos Forces have rent an impassable chasm through the center of the city and have taken up position in a temple. The battle is upon us, Captain.
We are arriving at your position momentarily. Hold the chasm. I will deal with the temple.
It will be done.
You are finished, Apothecary. Had the Emperor not intended I suffer, then I would feel no pain. What foul acts are these heathens involved in?
They are performing a ceremony to release the key from its bindings. We must stop them.
Yes. We will need to break down the mighty doors of that once glorious temple. It appears they have rent a chasm across the city, stopping us from reaching the other side. An outpost with machine cults located here gives us access to the vehicles we will surely require. Secure the outpost and stop that ceremony.
Right. This is where it gets a little bit complicated, and to a degree a little dangerous.
There is no such thing as innocence. Only degrees of guilt.
vigilant. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Yes, Lord. With all due haste.
Right, where are my other space marines? Okay, so the issue with this particular map is that these is that unfortunately these areas are cut off via a giant chasm, as you can see. The dangerous factor is the fact that, well, we have to, in a sense, we can't build any units that can't jump over, otherwise we'll be effectively wasting PopCap. Because they'll have to just stay here. Which is a bit of a shame.
Here to serve.
Right.
With all due haste, I await your instructions.
Do they require... Yes, they do require an armory. Fuck. Okay.
With all due haste, I will do as you ask.
Right, you build up those necessary 4, and we have to somehow do something.
Fear not the Psyker.
What would you have me do?
What are your needs?
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Right,
I
we
can
have to
sense
try and
the enemy. They are
take the offensive a little bit.
Fear not the Psyker. Do I detect uncertainty
Position
in your
secure.
purpose?
Right,
I serve.
At your command.
right, where's the other one? There it is.
Strategic point identified.
Total waste of our ability, but fuck it. Might as well. Thank God I don't have to pass a dangerous terrain or difficult terrain test, because that would suck.
I await
Badly.
your instructions.
Right, I need you to build another one over there, and then eventually we need to build an armory.
An open
but
mind
as
is like a
preferably
fortress
as
with
fast
its
as
gates
possible.
unbarred and unguarded.
Once you've built that, we'll then jump onto building an armory, because now we finally have someone constructing it. It's just unfortunately we're having to wait on people, but once that third point's been secured,
No such thing as innocence.
that's going to be it for the base defense.
Guilt.
That's being constructed, fantastic.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
I mean, there is an essence of speed in this particular there is an essence of speed in this particular section of the mission.
I await your instructions.
Because obviously the AI will basically slowly but surely increase the amount of troops that what we'll do is we'll have you construct that armory first, then
Initializing
plan a
build
Jerry generator.
protocol.
So there is a definite need to quickly there is a definite need to wrong one, to have that, but again, shit, we've lost the space marines. I'm guessing there was a bonus objective for keeping those guys alive, I don't know.
Beware the Jaeger.
But that's them gone.
Apothecary here.
There isn't a need to save those space marines, by the way. Sounds stupid, but there isn't a need. Right, we need to get those 2 up and a squad. Bionics and... yeah, no, it's just Bionics, really. Right.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, so now that those space marines have kind of been defeated, we do now need to double our efforts in punching a hole through, because obviously the enemy are going to start assaulting this base threshold,
Yes, Lord.
and we kind of need it. Right, get
Initializing
that
build
set up.
protocol.
You're built up good. Your bionics are going into it. Those melter bombs are going to come in especially handy.
Yes, Lord. Here to serve.
Can I fit any of these buildings here? No. I can do a zigzag, that's fine by me. Okay, we got some basic defenses, but... Right, 3 squads of assault marines should do it.
Fear denies faith.
On alert, brothers.
An
Right,
open
where
mind
is
The
this?
enemy must be nearby.
with its gates unbarred and unguarded. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
So yeah, basically we need to jump across to here, fight our way towards here, and keep the area safe. That is the rough plan.
Yes,
It is not an immensely clever plan, but it is a rough plan. Right.
Initializing build
Fear
protocol.
denies faith.
Knowledge is power.
Faith
Hide
is
it
our
well.
shield.
We need to basically keep approaching because they've got that stuff over there as well, which is right next to a relic point, which is bad. I never understood why the vanilla developers thought it was a good idea to only give the assault marines melter bombs. Like, it does limit their effective usefulness, and it does mean that in order to access the melter bombs, you have to use the assault marines. But in my opinion, I never really understood the logic behind this, especially since, well, right, that was just perfect timing. Run! Right, go. Submarines. Upgrade! No, run away! Save it! Run! Leave me alone! That's fine. Enjoy the machine gun, asshole. No, run away, run away, run away. Yay. Right, where's the other dude? We need them to quickly resupply and nab at this point. Right. You two, make a push towards this location. Nab be that point. You guys are going to chill and defend said point.
Yes, my lord. We are the Emperor's chosen.
There is a fuckload of troops over there, though, so we're going to have to be careful.
We stand ready.
But the aim of the game is not to engage in massive assault, but instead to do damage to the... Having that point would also prove useful. Actually, no, it's not useful. It's not useful.
Received, brother.
Brain fart moment. He's the only apothecary we get for the time being, so that's important. How are you doing? Fantastic. Right, I need you on that point as soon as we get that stuff constructed.
I exist to serve.
This one isn't as important, so you can risk losing it if you want. But the aim of the game is to try and jump across that line. Great.
Yes,
you nip up top and help secure that point. Because obviously they can't get to this section without going to the relic first, so get to the relic first.
Here to serve.
Come on, relic, 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 relic. Done!
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Right, let's quickly... Right, this is where it gets dangerous because obviously they've got a heavy bolter turret. Obviously they've got that sector secure. So I want to do something stupid. But this might just do the trick. Memory serves correctly. I can do a bit of a sneaky doodles move. And completely skip! Yes! Oh, I'm so happy that still works. Fuck you and your defensive point. Because the thing makes it look like you have to just jump straight across, but no, this thing does not have nearly... This thing has way more fucking range than it should. And then all you need to do, roll your guys across.
Orders received.
Bob is thy uncle.
I await your instructions.
Oh, I fucking love this.
The outpost is secure, Captain.
Look how they
The
kill
doors
this
to this temple were designed to stop all but the most violent impacts. To bring them down, we will need the power of hellfires and predators.
Basically, yeah. Basically, all they're giving us another building.
We have been blessed by the power of the Land Raiders. Seek the privilege of their service at the Machine Cult.
Right, and so all we need now is for one assault marine squad to head back the way it came, and basically help nab the last point over there. Right, so that we then we can try and deal with that. And also, although it's going to drain our resources exponentially, we are going to try and use the opportunity to create those extra large gun turrets. Okay, so effectively now the operation is saved because there is a guarantee of safety with our base. Because obviously now our base is going to be updated, the builders is going to build shit, you know, we are in no immediate danger of losing this operation, which is nice. These turrets are going to be able to be fixed. We're going to be able to sort our problems out. There's going to be a lot of benefits, basically. Alright, now where was that bit that allowed me to jump across? As you're the squad to help liberate the sector. There we go. So glad this still works. Look, they're even looking at them as they go across. It's like, well, shit, we can't do crap. Right.
The battlefield awaits.
Yes.
Really, we only need one builder now to safely... yeah, we only need one builder now to safely do stuff around here. Right, where is the other builder? Probably busy on that. That's fair enough. Now, in a sense, I could throw these assault squads away, and to a degree, that isn't a bad shout. But really, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these for raiding purposes. So, in order to win the game, we do need to bash a hole through this door here. And if you just wanted to do that, that is more than feasible. But really, what you want to do is you want to knock out the Chaos base. Now, this will basically mean I'm going to suicide a lot of these assault marines, but the Emperor does kind of ask for it, and he does kind of need it. Like, it's a big favor, it's a big ask, without a doubt. Right, before we do anything, thermo slag. We need that slag set. Because now that we have extra stuff, we're going to need to have... And now, you may think that just because this particular machine gun turret in the background is far away from the actual front line, that it's not worthy of doing it. You do need it, because don't forget, it does produce more requisition resource, and it does it at a faster rate. So, it's better to... Yeah, so they at a higher, so it's, you know, faster, higher, more important. So even listening posts on the far side of the map who don't ever see, who may not even fire a first shot,
Yes, Lord.
it is still worth doing that.
Initializing build.
So the other reason why you want to sort of do something here is because, well, obviously, it cuts off the Chaos's ability to attack places, which is important, because obviously, you know, they can't attack. You can kind of dictate the way the battle goes.
Yes, Lord.
Alright, first thing we are also going to do is we are going to build ourselves a little chapel right behind the plasma, right in front of the plasma.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Right, we're going to build a couple of heavy bolter turrets as well, just to add security. Just so that way, if we are attacked...
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Look. No. Oh, they are shooting. They actually, for the first time, could actually shoot. Not these guys. Oh, can you shoot? Yeah, they can shoot for like 2 seconds.
What's your order? The battlefield awaits.
Have you roll over here. Just be like, done.
What are your needs? What's your order?
Right.
Hear our wrath.
So now I'm going to launch a primarily
Yes, Lord.
assault marine style attack on the full squads. Probably should be able to do it. They're basically going to move up, nab that point, just capture it, because obviously we can't do anything unless we can advance the technology of our glorious empire, which we can actually, surprisingly. Actually, no, have you upgraded yet to the first level? No, yeah, you've already upgraded second effects. Oh, great, so I can have you as secondary. Nice. Right, this will provide that aura of research, which is what we need. Again, you're not really required to take out the enemy base. I just like to do the map fully.
My knowledge
so that does delay things, and arguably that means that, you know, you'd be like, well, what about the ceremony? And it's like, yeah, the ceremony is there, but I've never really known a timer on it. You know, you don't want to take your time too much, obviously. You don't want to take like hours and hours, but in the time, every time I've completed this op, it's always the same. Right.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Right, let's start constructing the remaining plasma generators that will now inhabit this glorious plane.
Build routine 721 initiated. Build routine 721 initiated.
Right, all three of these dudes are gonna How's their bios going? Because that's also going to be a thing. Once we get the bionics level 2, we'll commit to the assault. Which will then also give us this fortress some time to upgrade, which means that by the time I finally upgrade towards the top thing, I can build the orbital relay, which will allow me to transport Terminators to the front line. Speaking of which,
I await your instructions.
let's get that set up. Actually, that's a already done place. Here is a safe place. And then basically what these guys will do before I, dispose of them, is... Oh, fantastic. Right, okay. So once he's built that, we're going to be able to do that. Also, how are we doing on those bionics? Still doing those bionics. Yay! Any second now. Oh, God. Right, fuck it. Let's push.
Here. At your command. Orders received.
Oi! Where's that Blood Raven squad of badasses known as jetpackers? Right, good. They've got those biomes going. Good.
Heresy grows from idleness.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Fuck's sake. I need that orbital relay now.
At your command. To the sky.
Right, all 4 of you should be able to make that.
Taking attack protocol 33. At your command. Destroy the armor. Orders received. For the Emperor. Ever vigilant.
Alright, they're being swarmed, which is great. Still need to download that. Still doing that, still doing that, doing that. Right, nab me that point. Glorious. Right, also you guys can begin upgrading your equipment. We don't need to do the heavy vehicle thing. That is interesting. In future editions of Dawn of War, you basically, in order to utilize heavy vehicles, if I'm not mistaken, there has to be a... I think it's like either Winter Assault or Dark Crusade, where you have to upgrade to be able to use the heavier vehicles. Which was really just an artificial stat padding, so it would probably stop rushes. No, this just make the whole thing more expensive.
Yes,
Question, can I build any more? Fuck! No, I can't. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to cancel that, because I don't need that. I need 2 Dreadnoughts on the position now. And I need 2 turnies. Right, question. How are you guys doing over there?
One.
I can construct like 1 more generator, I think, or a couple more generators, so we will
I
do
will
so.
do as you ask.
Right, that's all we can do. Once those are done, I'm going to be able to...
Fear denies faith.
Right, let's push.
Maintain attack formation. Engaging fire.
Quick strike force, but it's important. Once we've done this, we're basically going to push and assault that enemy base. Knocking it out will make my life a little easier when it comes to the final assault on the chapel. Speaking of which...
What is your order?
Right, they're gone. Good, good. Ah, good. And there's your support. See, I did say I was going to, I wasn't just going to rely completely on assault marines. They're good, but they're not that good.
Even in death, I still serve. Charge!
Might as well construct a couple more, to be honest with you. Their likelihood for survival is a little low. There we go.
Terminator's ready.
Fantastic. Right, okay.
Taking heavy fire.
Back to war. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
This is kind of why.
Heresy.
Also, circumnavigate that, you plebs.
Target their vehicle. To the sky.
To me, my brothers!
Awaiting orders. Destroy taking heavy fire. Yes, my lord. Ever vigilant. We
Are idiots. Just saying.
returning to command. Fear denies faith. We stand ready. Commencing attack.
Right, are you guys done?
await your
Yes.
instructions.
I am the instrument of his will. I have a will.
Right, that's that area secure, which is fantastic. So we do suffer some heavy casualties. I think all 4 squads are alive though. Yes, they are. But now we've effectively crippled the Chaos forces in this area. No, do not allow yourself in a stupid kind of combat. Right, those are down. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Do not allow them the satisfaction of doing of being in the battle they like to win. This is the job for the dreadnoughts. Infantry, focus on the things that won't shoot back. Armored vehicles, make a push. How are we doing? Right, that should be the last of the dreadnoughts. There's not a lot of them. Hopefully this works. No, it doesn't. God damn it. I remember there was like a function. I think it was in one of the. Say, move this way, you pleb. Bomb. Go, go, go. Right, so that's going to be upgrading. They're going to be upgrading. That's going to be doing stuff. I thought I recruited more, but I was wrong. Yeah, there we go.
Your will. I am the instrument of his will.
Right, capture me that point. You two begin to do damage.
Yes, my lord.
You need to cripple their ability to use shit, because obviously if they don't get the ability to do stuff.
Taking damage.
Command me. Even in death I still serve.
Right, there we go. Casualty influx, but that's good. Right, so we need to now, if I'm not mistaken, that's all the important buildings, but I'm going to build another important building over here, just for the sake of it, because you know, insultable. Actually, no, I don't need that, do I? No. Right, okay, so anything else that needs to be done? Extra defenses? Anything I need to build? No? Good. Right, you're going orbital relaying.
Where do you need us most?
Okay, you guys have done that. Fantastic. Need you to assault that position again.
Destroy the armor. What's your order? Strategic point identified. Direct us to the enemy. Weapons at ready. It is time.
Right, you guys are all good, which is fantastic. Upfall. Rifle. Oh, it's 4. Crap. I thought it was 3.
Where do you need us most?
I'm so used to them being 3. It's so frustrating. Anyway, it's fine. I'll delete one of the.
Direct us to the enemy. Weapons at ready. It
I'll
is
probably. I
time.
might. I don't know. I don't think I'll suicide these guys because I'm like trying to say like I'm gonna do it better because I'm not gonna suicide people unnecessarily, and then I'm like, maybe if I suicide this unit, I can get better ones.
Apothecary here.
Oh god.
I follow your commands. For the Emperor, never
Good,
vigilant.
good. Well, once the builders set up some of the stuff,
I await your instructions.
right, you secured that. You secured that. Is there anything else that needs securing? No, just literally that. Okay.
What's your order?
Right, guys, get ready to push. And I suppose I might as well construct at least one Land Raider, but then we're going to replace it with a shit ton of other stuff. And then these guys can start. Actually, no, what we'll do is we'll get the stuff ready for the assault. So we are going to kind of do two things in one. We are going to be bypassing a bit of this map in order to secure the other thing. If memory serves correctly, there is no other. Cleanse the chaos taint at the chapel. What chapel? If that's the chaos taint of the chapel, then sure.
We await your command. We seek the enemy. Once more, we go to battle.
Once the builders constructed everything, we can then begin our assault.
At your command.
Maybe not assaulting the door, but basically securing the area around the door. Probably is the more,
Yes, Lord.
is the wiser of things.
With all due haste.
Right, let's start this then.
I am the instrument of his will.
And let's skip that minefield because I think we probably could do with that.
Fear denies faith. Understood.
Pathfinding in this game.
Activating
C'est le magnifique.
At your command. To the skies. Cleanse, purge, kill.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Right.
Faith
You three.
is eternal.
Need you to make a crosser. Need you to make a push along
At
the
your
line.
command.
We are going to kind of, yeah. How long have we been going? Okay, good. So we've made good progress, I think. We've made like half an hour's worth. In half an hour, we've actually done a fairly decent amount of stuff. Once the Land Raider Crusaders... Land Raider, sorry. I wish it was a Land Raider Crusader. Truth be told, the Land Raider is not that good a vehicle.
Yes, my lord.
In my opinion, there are better Space Marine vehicles suited for this task. For example, Vindicator or...
I exist
what
to
is
serve.
it? Is Demolisher? Is it just literally called the Demolisher? It's basically a Rhino with a giant fuck-off gun in the front of it and has a shield. It is literally designed for this purpose. Ah! See what I mean?
We stand
Chaos scum try and reconstruct their base, but because of that... Right, so this is the big advantage of the Land Raider, is that it can transport Terminators, it has two twin-linked las cannons and a heavy bolter turret. But that's it. It is a glorified transport vehicle. I have never found it to be that useful of an ultimate endgame vehicle for the Space Marines. That's why I love Ultimate Apocalypse. Right, remember, we're not securing the area, we're simply fighting for it so that we can engage it at our own pace.
We await your command.
Right, let's get out of here.
taking heavy fire. We stand ready.
Even in
Nope.
death, I still serve.
Push that way.
Heresy grows behind us.
Yes. Where do you need us most?
Land Raider at your disposal. Predator at your command. We will destroy the enemy.
At last, back to war.
Engaging the enemy. The enemy is attacking.
Where do you need us most?
Probably should send
Today
these
the
guys to
enemy
attack,
shall
shouldn't I?
not fear. He who stands with me shall be my brother.
I'm so used to like
What
them
are your
not.
needs? The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed. Ready here.
I am ready to serve.
I think this is the chapel.
Even in death, I still serve.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Predator tank here.
Right.
Land Raider.
Right, this sector is clear. You go nab me that point.
Objective logged.
You go nab me that point.
Predator tank here.
Your will.
What are your needs? Who requires my aid? What are your needs?
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Right, armored vehicles set up. How long till the next vehicle comes along? And now. Right, sweet. So once we get these two land... Jesus Christ. Already? Couple of See, again, this is the reason why I'm not a big fan of the Land Raider Crusader. Or I don't find it to be nearly as impressive as it should be. Which, by the way, guys, this is the officially full arsenal of the Space Marines. I can't honestly think of any other arsenal. And don't forget, this is the first Dawn of War game.
Position on the objective.
There are no further enhancements really to be aware of.
My aim shall not falter.
Right, so our Space Marine, right, cleanse that chaplain.
Awaiting orders.
Even in death, I still serve.
Your job is to push down there and to provide assistance. Your job is to nick that point. Your job is to probably nick that job. Are you shooting at? Oh yeah, it's fine.
The fallen shall be forever remembered.
Again, this is the reason why Land Raider Predators need to have machine guns on the side rather than... To be honest with you, I would argue the Predator should be the end game equivalent of a fuck you. And to a degree, it became the end game equivalent of a fuck you. Because it was able to
Emperor shall be destroyed.
like, it was within this sort of environment, they did legitimately become
Taking damage.
the end game equivalent, the end game vehicle, because
The area is secure.
right, that's a bit too much for you to handle. Kite them over a bit. Right, you three, happy birthday to you. Go kick their asses.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Right, once that gets cleared, if I'm not
Await your
mistaken.
instructions.
Right. It's kind of safe for you to approach now. Kind of. Oh god, you idiot.
At last, back to war.
Go!
What are your needs?
I am ready to serve.
Save.
For the Emperor.
There we go. Little safe.
What are your needs?
Right, well we've secured every point but one, I guess, so
What are your needs? We stand
you're
ready.
fast enough, I'd say.
At your command.
Nick me that point.
What are your needs?
Right, you lads, go kill that shit. You
How could I
lads,
serve?
nab that shit.
Praise the Emperor.
You guys begin to make your way towards there.
How can I serve?
You
Stand
guys
ready.
can probably
I
go
serve.
over
I
there.
serve.
Awaiting orders.
And finally, you guys can probably make your way and nab me
Strategic
that
point
point,
identified.
because nabbing points is fun.
At last, back to war.
Sucks to be you. Oh yeah, there is this thing as well. Legit, this is the special ability of the Space Marines, is that their vehicle no longer takes damage for a short period of time. Oh, and it also lowers the speed. Okay, so it's literally just kill everything. Good to know.
Yes, my
Right,
lord.
we're still going to nab every point because I am a completionist. Right, there we go.
Fear denies faith.
Oh no, capture it. Come on, capture it. Every point must be captured for the glory of the Emperor. Right, speaking of which, door knock in
I
time.
am the instrument of his will.
Doop 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 doop.
Faith is our shield.
I mean, in terms of like, objectives-wise, a lot of it is fairly simple.
Ready to serve.
It's literally build your forces up, go to a point, blow the shit up. I mean, yeah, you could argue that's probably not the most original thinking. Oh, hang on.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must
Get
be
to do
nearby.
this. Ba-boom time! Or not, because I don't think I'll have the opportunity to. Screw it.
For terror.
Well, you will save it for a more important moment.
For terror!
There you go.
We shall know no fear.
Ah, I missed the door for it. They're not that
The
impressive.
doors are broken. With haste. Stop them before they can finish.
Sir, the Imperial Guard have arrived.
Victory is
Follow our
ours.
commands.
Wait, why do they not attack? What betrayal is this? Space Marines, cleanse these heretics.
I forgot there's still a little bit more to do. Whoops.
Heresy grows from idleness. The battlefield awaits.
There you go. More important moment has arrived. Yes. Oh my god, yes. Do it. Also, if you know it's going to happen, you also know the reason why it's about to happen.
Be there soon.
Commencing attack. Yes, my
Maybe not you.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Inquisitor Toth has arrived at your request.
And what do our scouts say?
The guard's distraction was a success. The Chaos Lord and his host escaped. We are, however, tracking their movements and questioning some of the traitor guard that we captured.
How could I not have seen this? How is it I am blind when it matters the most?
Are you referring to these traitorous guardsmen or the destruction of your homeworld, Cyrene?
I should have seen the rot before it spread. Instead, I was blind for far too long. I put my own world to the torch. I killed with the Inquisition's eager sanction and watched too many innocents die in a holy firestorm. And yet, here I am again at yet another doorstep, with the executioner's blade in my very hand.
Blessed is the mind too small for doubt, Gabriel. Perhaps there is truth in there, for the both of us.
I still believe, old friend. I believe in the sovereign might of the Golden Throne, and in the purity of the Imperium.
But you have lost faith in yourself.
Only in what I see, Isidore. Only in what I see.
And what is it that you see, Captain?
Whoops.
I see conspirators and liars more concerned with their own agenda than the will of the Emperor.
I am not so easily cowed by such displays, Captain.
You lied to me and cost me men.
Better they die, their blood pure. If you feel warranted in handing out recriminations, then their deaths are on your head. I warned you to leave this world, to leave Tartarus for the Warp Storm.
Your words still ring untrue, Inquisitor. I know you were here before we arrived.
I am not in the habit of explaining my actions, Captain. But yes, I was here before you arrived, stalking after horrors to strip my knights of their dreams.
The same horrors that the legions of chaos seek.
On Tartarus, there are no coincidences, Captain. There is only the storm that winnows the faithful from the heretic.
Are we faithful men, Toth? Good servants of the Emperor? It is time for us to put aside our differences. What do they seek, Toth? What do you seek here?
This world is cursed, Captain. Thousands of years ago, an artifact of ancient evil power was lost here. The forces of chaos seek this artifact. They've sought it for centuries, but have never held all the pieces of the puzzle.
And now they do.
An Imperial excavation team uncovered the first marker, and word somehow got to the enemy. With the knowledge of the exact planet and the first marker, it was a simple matter to uncover the remainder. Now they have the last piece necessary, a key to unearth the artifact itself.
What is this artifact?
A stone, called the Maledictum. It contains a creature of great evil, a creature of chaos itself. The stone imprisons a demon, one of untold power.
How is it possible that the citizens of Tartarus did not know this? These artifacts lay buried beneath their own cities.
From what I surmise, the demon within the Maledictum may be imprisoned, but it is not powerless. It can still influence people with visions and madness. The ancient text in the Registratum Malpheus speaks of a warp storm that visited this system at an age when many Space Marine chapters were still young. The storm drove the inhabitants of this planet insane. Under the demon's influence, they hit the markers and buried the Maledictum to protect it against hunters like myself. When colonists returned to this world, they remained ignorant of the perils. They built over the dark places, never knowing what lay beneath.
And the Eldar, did they seek this power for themselves?
No, it was they who imprisoned the demon in the first place. The Eldar fiercely safeguard knowledge of the stone against all others, going so far as to interfere in our efforts to find it. As Chaos's most ancient enemy, they see themselves as the only capable defense against its influence, and we have paid for their arrogance.
I assume there is still time to avert disaster.
This is already a disaster. The power of the Maledictum is enough to turn the faithful and drive men mad. Many of the Imperial Guard and local population have already turned, as you've seen. It's affecting you, and your men as well. I can feel it. It is calling the Warp Storm to eclipse this system. It wants to trap us here, with it, so it can force even the best of us to serve its twisted will. This is why I encouraged you to leave. Why I still encourage it.
You know I cannot do that. I will not shrink away in the face of evil.
I would do no less. Enough. Let us end this bickering and face our enemy united. Together, we have a better chance of finding and destroying the Maledictum.
They are weak, terrified of the power that you alone are strong enough to control. It is yours. Yours for the taking. But they mean to destroy it, those small-minded fools. Think of the good you could do in the name of the Emperor. Think of the power you could wield. It is all yours for the taking. The Maledictum is mine.
Uh-oh. That was a very long cutscene. Like, really long. A lot of talk there. But still, hopefully it does at least bring everyone up to speed with the reason why the Eldar are here, as well as the Chaos Forces, as well as the fact that the whole planet is going to shit. So, hopefully you enjoyed that, even including the cutscene, and I will see you in the next episode where we discover what exactly we can do about this Maledictum and if we can stop it from becoming a bit of a disaster.